Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Good morning and welcome to the In Wheel Time car talk show. Coming up, Ted Ryan joins us to talk about the Ford Motor Company Heritage Vault and the F-Series trucks. Ought to be good talking is all I can say.
Discussion.
Yep. Mr. Mars reviews the Infiniti QX60, and we'll have the events calendar as well. That, along with the stories making automotive news headlines. I'm hesitating because apparently when I edited all of that, I didn't complete it.
Oh.
So I'm having to try and think. I'm trying to...
That's what I smelled burning.
That's it. So welcome, everybody, to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on this wonderful Saturday. This is our live version, if you haven't figured that out yet. You don't post the mistakes, you know what I'm saying?
It's not Memorex.
No, it's not. Hello, and welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Over there, Mr. Mike Out of This World Mars.
Hello, Mom.
With King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. We start off with Ted Ryan this morning.
Hold that thought.
Why? Why is that?
I got a little malfunction. Go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
Well, can Ted hear us? Ted, are you there?
Yep.
He's there.
He can hear us.
Okay, very
we
good.
We can hear him.
Well, we kind of can. He's a little bit off mic, but I guess we can make that work. So let me give you a little background here. Ted is the archive and heritage brand manager at the Ford Motor Company. Ted is going to talk to us today about the F-Series Diamond Anniversary.
Oh.
How many years would that be, Conrad?
75.
Okay, just checking. Checking your...
And what year would that be?
A long time ago.
1948.
Thank you. Anyway, some of the surprising things that his team has discovered about the Ford Heritage Vault. So, Ted, did you just open the Heritage Vault here recently?
We actually opened the Heritage Vault. Hey, thanks for having me on this morning.
Sure.
But we opened the Heritage Vault in June of last year, June 16th, to celebrate Ford's 119th anniversary, which means 120 is just around the corner. Mm-hmm. But Ford had never had a public site for enthusiasts and fans and media to go to download free images. So we started with about 5,000 images last year. At the very beginning, we only had Ford vehicles. We've now added Lincoln and Mercury and Edsel and F-Series and Ford of England. We're up to over 10,000 images and brochures. And the site, the URL is FordHeritageVault.com. And what stunned us is the usage never went down. When we launched last year, the site went down for a couple of days because it was so popular. But even a random Tuesday in November, we were still averaging 3,000 to 5,000 downloads and 5,000 to 10,000 people a day in the site. So one of my best days ever at work was when Top Gear magazine did an editorial on the site saying, "Don't go to the site if you don't think you're going to lose an afternoon falling in love with Ford cars all over again."
Well, how wonderful is that? I mean, I know that I surf the internet for things like that, and I've never actually owned a Ford. Not that I wouldn't own a Ford. It's not that at all. It's just that I've never had the opportunity, and I know the popularity of the Ford F-Series pickup truck and, biggest selling vehicle pretty much of all time outside of the Model T and the Model A. But I understand that there was a point back in December, the week of December 7th, you were getting almost 40,000 hits a day. Is that right?
That's right. That when the Ford of England collection went live and that Top Gear review went live, we were just getting slammed with traffic. Although, frankly, guys, we're getting slammed with traffic even as we speak right now because for the last week, we've been celebrating the 75th of the F-Series. And for that 75th, we loaded a ton of F-Series content. You can get a picture of every F-Series between 1948 and 2003. And even better, you can get access to over 400 brochures on the F-Series, not just the trucks, but the accessories. So you can see the camping packs and the snow plows and the One of my favorites is I think it was late 60s, early 70s when the 8-track was first offered.
Oh, yeah.
So would you have
these great tidbits on the F-Series right now?
Would you have the window stickers as well? The Maronis?
We don't have the window stickers. That's actually a really good idea. We could get the build books out there. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
That'll be down the road, though, on that one. You talked about the Model T. Do you know F-Series has actually outsold Model T 2-1?
No, it has?
40 million F-Series have been sold in these 75 years. It's been the best-selling vehicle in America for 40 years, best-selling truck for 46, particularly in Texas, where it just dominates the landscape in Texas. It's amazing. Number 2 may surprise you, or number 2/3, the lowly old Ford Fiesta, more than 22 million of those sold. Model Ts, there are only 15 million sold.
Only. That's a lot of
Only.
cars. How in the world did you get roped into this, or were you just a fan, or have you been an employee of Ford for a while?
No, actually, I professionally trained archivist. If you guys like sugary water, I was the archivist at Coca-Cola for 21 years. And then Ford recruited me up there to Dearborn to begin to do things like activate the vault, to make the Ford brands more available to the public. So the vault's been a great boon for the company. We've got all these fans getting in there, and sit back and wait, guys, for the 120th. The concepts are coming. My goal is to have every single concept vehicle ever produced by Ford available on the site. So you can go see the Futura and the Gion and the Nucleon and all the crazy concepts.
Yeah. So
there was a Ranchero concept F-Series done in the 60s. It's cool stuff. It'll blow you away when it goes live.
So you're an online museum.
Basically, that's it. When we built out the site, one of the goals was, I have multiple kids who've gone through high school and college, was to have something that anybody that wanted to go write a term paper on Mustang or F-Series or the Pinto or my first car, the Mercury Capri, they could go find pictures, brochures, and information and not have to go to Wikipedia. So, but at the same time, I know all the enthusiasts. My dad owns multiple historic vehicles. He loves it because he can go look up his 1940 Continental and find out what paint color the engine was. All the things that enthusiasts of our products would want access to, they can now access it in the vault.
Let me ask you, is there an actual, real, honest-to-goodness vault that you get some of these images from?
We do. We have a 30,000 square foot building that has 16,000 cubic feet of material stored on 6 miles of shelving. Get this, guys, 6 miles. The cranks and the shelf moves.
A lot of microfiche.
Yeah, we have, actually, we do have microfiche as well, but we have more than 3.5 million photos. That was the strength of the collection. Henry Ford, from the very beginning, believed in photographing and documenting everything. So we have more than 3.5 million photos, and we've scanned so far about 150,000 of them. And the best of the best are making it into the vault. So, and the best thing too, free and downloadable. We probably early next week will hit our 1 millionth download in 6 months. So we know that if we put the content out there, what's that old movie saying? If you build it, they will come.
Yep.
Well, people are coming and they're loving what they're seeing.
Well, I'm curious. I want to go. I want to see. And how is it categorized?
It's done by make, model, year, and color. So the color was one of the things I made the staff do. They didn't want to do it at first, but I was just curious to see, okay, how many red cars do we do in 1970? So you can click the red button, and then you'll get all the different red images. So you can sort by make, you can sort by Ford. You can do all of F-Series, but you can do Ford F1 and not even put a year, and it will bring back all the F1s. And that generation only lasted a couple of years. So it's sortable by color, by make, by model, and by year.
So do you have a weekly feature that you put up there at the opening page?
Monthly, because it takes a while to do it. I've got a team of 6, and this is a labor of love for us. But it takes so the next one will be international products will be going live in April, so that you can see your Australian Utes and your South African Rangers, and you can get all the access to the great products the way we did Ford of England. And that was what was so cool, was putting the Anglia and the consoles and the Ford Prefects online and the Transits. Guys, to us, Transit's just a van. In England, Transit has a collector club that's every bit as strong as the Mustang Club in the U.S.
Wow.
Good. Conrad, there you go.
And the Cortina.
And the Cortina.
Yes. Hopefully, one of you on your computers is looking at it now, and you can give me feedback on it if you like it, don't like it, what we need to add to it in the future.
Yeah, I've posted the link on our social media.
So who tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Hey, we know that you've done this over at Coca-Cola. Come and do this for us"?
It was in the communications department, and that was an awkward series of interviews, including going all the way up to Edsel Ford. And but the thing was, Ford, you could see that there was a diamond in the rough there. Ford has such an amazing history. We have Willow Run, we have the Rouge, we have the Model T, the Model A, the 32 flathead V8. I mean, Le Mans. We just finished celebrating Le Mans, and this is the 100th anniversary of Le Mans in general. So get ready. There's more to come on that one. And there was all these great stories that just needed to be told. And I had done Santa Claus and polar bears and color red and the bottle long enough, so it was time for a new challenge. This has been fun. I can't tell you how amazing Ford's history is and how excited. I thought co-collectors were excitable until I got to my first Mustang enthusiast meeting. Oh my gosh, they're crazy.
yes, we are.
They're passionate people.
Yeah.
Passionate is and then, I should have seen it with my dad. My dad has a Model A, a 40 Continental, a 56 Mark II, and a 02 Thunderbirds. I mean, he was a collector already, so I should have seen anybody that would have 5 cars like that is enthusiastic about their subject matter.
Ted, do you have any video or film that's in the archive?
That's coming. The site isn't prepared to handle it yet, but the things that are coming down the pike will be place photos so that you can see Willow Run and the Rouge. Right now, it's only make, model, year, and then video will be coming hopefully by the end of the year, so that we can put we can't put our TV commercials because we don't have the rights to them. The on-air talent isn't going to like it if we put it back up there again. But we can put B-roll and we can put moving running footage of all the different vehicles.
But it's okay to have all that on YouTube, apparently.
We don't put it there. That's just fans doing it. So when you find it on YouTube, that's just some enthusiast, some fan who found some footage and put it up.
Wow.
I'm absolutely thrilled. It's
and wait till
really
you
wonderful.
do the Ford race car series. That'll be another whole huge package.
That's a
in your
rights
future.
issues, right? Because the minute that you see Shell or BP or Pennzoil or
Gulf.
Goodyear on the car, we don't have the rights to those. So we're working with our third-party vendors to get permission. So that is my goal for early next year. This Daytona 500 next year. I can't do it this year. I'm hoping to unleash the Daytona 500 and a history of racing images on you.
Yeah, just pixelate it.
Yeah, pixelated.
Blur them out. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because once you start thinking about all of the things that are available to you, you just assume that if it's a Ford vehicle, you can just throw it up there and you're good to go, but that's not necessarily the case. And what a job that is to untangle that web, to get the rights to do this, to put the BP logo that you see going by that's slapped on the side of the car, etc.
Yes, Lotus by Ford, even though it's fantastic imagery, and Lotus and Ford were partners at the time, we don't have the Lotus trademark.
So it doesn't fall under editorial use type thing?
We can put it, since we made it available for free download, we could put it on a media site for editorial use. And if you wrote me as a journalist and said, can you send me those images, I can do it. But we just put it there. There's no restrictions. We don't track who comes in. So to have it completely free and open like that, we just have to be cognizant of the rights that the third party.
So if you do it, you got deep pockets, you got to pay for it. But if us cheap
Correct.
journalists do it, then we don't have to
Cheap
pay.
journalists,
hey,
that's
hey,
it.
hey,
Yeah, that, you know how we are.
Broke is the word I should be using. Yeah.
I resemble that remark.
Exactly.
The Henry Ford. Do you have any connections with the Henry Ford and any of the images from inside the Henry Ford and some of the displays that are there? Is that available?
We do, not in the vault. Just for your listeners or watchers that don't know, the Henry Ford was founded by Henry Ford in 1928 as the Edison Institute, opened in 32. It's a fantastic museum, one of the world's top 20 museums, focuses on cars, but also focuses on innovation, everything else.
Yes.
They are a completely separate entity. We do have an editorial agreement where we share with them and they share with us. But Ford donated most of its early imagery to the Henry Ford in the 1950s. So they have access to that. We have some of it, which is in the vault, but we try to not blur the lines with the vault. They have their own website called the Benson Ford Research Center that your listeners can go find interesting material as well.
Well, I bring that up because I know that the Lotus that won the Indy 500 is in the Henry Ford, and that just triggered my mind. It's truly a wonderful depository of history, and not just Ford cars. And people say, "Oh, the Henry Ford's nothing," but no, it's not just cars.
Yeah, I grew up about 20 minutes from all of that, the Willow Run, the Rouge, the Henry Ford. And in fact, a good friend of mine, Todd Sheldon, actually worked summer jobs in one of the little cantina cafes there at Henry Ford for the summer. So, very, very interesting and a lot of history.
So, Ted, all the years that you work for Coca-Cola, are you still living in Atlanta?
No, I am actually sitting in Atlanta right now at my parents' house because we came down to help them get it redecorated after Christmas. But I live in Dearborn, or I actually live in Grosse Pointe near Dearborn.
Yep.
And we made the move. So when you moved away from Michigan to warmer Texas, I think that you may have made a wiser decision.
I was 22 years old, and I'm a little older now. So
the cold is taking a little bit to get used to up in Michigan. But, it's worth it for the job. So,
well, and what a wonderful job. So what does your day consist of?
I've got the best job in the world, and it's because there's no 2 days that are alike. On Friday, my meetings all consisted of preparing for the 120th anniversary, and I'm doing a deep dive on the Ford GT program with the author in England. We are efforting to discover every piece of written correspondence between Shelby and Alan Mann Racing and Holman and Moody and Ford Motor Company to really to tell the accurate story of Ford versus Ferrari in 1966. So I was scanning memos between Ford and Alan Mann all day Friday and planning 120. And that, every single day is different. It just depends what project pops up to the surface.
Well, scanners seem to be the whole crux of this because we're talking about an era that lasts a long time, and basically it's all still photographs, or most of it, I would imagine. Like you said, I'm sure that there's film going back that far, but the scanner, I can't even imagine the quality of the scanner that you have to use.
We have a high quality scanner, and it's interesting too. We still keep the original materials in the original form because there's no guarantee that the digital version will be alive. If you go back and try to open up a Windows 95 document today, you've got to do a lot of different hoops to get it to actually open up. But what scanners have done is they've made it easier. They've made the material accessible. You used to have to, y'all are journalists. I'm sure you remember writing physical letters
yes.
to people and then getting back, reproduction scans or 35 millimeter slides that you would then have to, but it's made it where we can put the material online and we can make it available to the public. We've now had, the stats are just stunning. We've had people from 167 countries visit the vault over the 6 months it's been up and going. And interestingly to me, a couple of countries that would surprise you, like South Korea, Croatia of all countries, and Australia are in the top 10 of all-time usage. The ones that you would expect, to Germany, England, US, yes, they're there, but Croatia in the top 10. So there's car fans everywhere. That's why an entire industry exists around talking and writing and dreaming about cars is people love them. I always joke with people that you give nicknames to a couple of things: your kids, your pets, your boats, and your cars. And it's because we fall in love with them.
Do you do the research as to why you have people in, say, for instance, Croatia that is downloading all of this stuff?
I did precautionary research. I just wanted to make sure somebody in Croatia wasn't suddenly selling Ford T-shirts. So our licensing team there is a disclaimer on the front page of the vault that it's only for personal use or editorial use, not for. So I just took a quick look. No, we actually are very careful, and we don't track individual IP addresses for privacy reasons. Europe and California have very, very stringent privacy laws, so we have to adhere by those. So I assume, in my mind's eye, somebody from a club in Croatia, a Mustang club or a Cortina club or a Fiesta club heard about the site and told some of their friends, and they told some of their friends, and suddenly once you've downloaded 10, the next 100 are easy. So you just get used to it and driving that traffic.
Well, it's
Very
absolutely
cool.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you already have an agreed working relationship with Shelby?
Yes, Aaron Shelby visited the archives, and we actually did a display with Carol's stuff in the archives, just to, as an icebreaker between the companies, just to say, hey, this is what we're trying to do with Carol Shelby's legacy. So, for example, in Sebring 65, I found a series of images that have never been seen before, and there aren't rights or marks on those, so I know I can publish those. So that will be, when we do motorsports, we'll be able to do that. And that way you're doing it in a way that honors Shelby and Shelby's legacy. And anything that we share with Shelby, with other external authors, we share back in digital form back with Shelby Enterprises.
I was going to say, is there an opportunity to maybe put a television show together and go through the years up into today's time?
Starring you.
Yeah.
If y'all want to pitch it, I will put you in touch with the right person. The Ford versus Ferrari movie awakened the world to the tale that the automobile gearheads knew that story. They didn't need to be told. They also know the true story about it as well. The Ford versus Ferrari was a beautiful movie, but an excellent work of fiction. And there wasn't a whole lot of truth there. And I begged somebody to come along and tell the actual story. The Go Like Hell book is out there, and it's fantastic. And there have been a couple of other accounts, but it's such a deep, rich story. And the documents that we've uncovered, I actually found the contract that was on Enzo Ferrari's desk that he turned down, and found the telegram back from Italy to the United States saying that negotiations have been canceled. And then I found the first letter that went to Eric Broadley. For those who don't know, he had the Lola car, and that was what Ford wanted to use as the inspiration for the GT. So there's some amazing material there.
Ted, we could talk to you all morning long, and we sure appreciate you taking the time and getting up on a cold, wintry morning up there in Michigan to talk to us. Thank you so much.
He's in Atlanta.
I'm in Atlanta today.
Oh, Atlanta today. Well, that's right. Yeah, but you live. When you headed back up north?
Monday morning.
Well, let me just say this, that, our weather precedes their weather in Atlanta. So you've got some cold weather coming your way there in Atlanta, too.
Yeah, locusts, too.
Locusts. Ted, thanks again. We appreciate you, sir.
Thanks for having me on. And everybody raise a glass to 75 years of the F-Series.
Amen.
Perfect.
Ford Archive and Heritage Brand Manager Ted Ryan. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, very cool. All right. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars has a look at the Infiniti QX60. Mr. Mars.
Yeah, it did. So this is the...
What did you do?
I don't know.
I had a look at this car. So this is the second generation. This actually was a complete redo back in 2022. So the 2023 model of the Infiniti QX60 is actually part of the second gen. So it's not a very old car as far as design goes. It is available in 4 trim levels: Pure, Luxe, Century, and Autograph. We had the Century model, and it came with the available optional all-wheel drive. So this is a mid-sized luxury SUV. It has 3 rows in it, and I'm not a big fan of, I'm just telling you, 3 rows and a mid-size. It's for children, absolutely. One of the great things they did for 2023, before we get into the details, is they've included the Infiniti Premium Care Package. Now, it's a 3-year inspection, oil change, tire rotation package that comes with this vehicle. All you got to do is go back to the dealer. It's just standard part of the package now of the Infiniti customer care. The outside of it, you're going to find out front, you're going to find that it's got the rain sensing wipers, the power folding heated side mirrors, adaptive front lighting with leveling. Got a power lift gate on it. And it's even got rear door window sunshades. Now, that may not sound, like a big deal, but, if you're sitting out there in the Texas heat going down Interstate 10 and it's coming in that window, that would be something nice to have. Roof rails, panoramic sunroof, rolling on some nice 20-inch aluminum alloy wheels as part of that Sensory package. Now, you go to the inside of it. Of course, you got leather seating. The front row seats are heated. They're ventilated, and they have massaging. Great feature that I think more people should really look at. The second row is also got heated seating on the outboard seat, and the third row has the power folding seat backs on it. Now, there's plenty of wireless charging. This is a wireless charging system, and it's got a lot of USB ports around it so that everybody's got access to USB ports in this thing. And there's also a Bose audio system that has 17 speakers. Now, front
Speakers.
Speakers.
Because 16 isn't enough. You got to have 17.
That's right. They
Wonder
could
where
have
that
found one more
oddball
spot.
one
We could have
is.
put
Where's
that one
wonder where
more.
that one oddball
In the
speaker
heated
is.
seat.
It's right in the
Probably
middle
a
of the
base,
dash up
yeah.
front.
in the massaging seat
Yes,
in a special place.
with the mood lighting thing going on and the massaging seats. It's a great
Lava lamp.
place to be. 12.3-inch monitor in the center stack for all your convenience controls to control all this stuff. The driver has a display that's also 12.3, so it's got a lot of information and stuff that's available in it.
Have you ever heard from any of the manufacturers that we make fun of that are in your?
I don't check my email for a couple of weeks after this. The up front to move all this, because you've got to be able to move it all. It's a 3.5-liter V6 engine, 295 horsepower, 270 pound-feet of torque, and it has a 9-speed automatic transmission behind it, so that the EPA says you should be looking for 20 miles per gallon in the city, about 25 on the highway, 22 combined. Now, over the 292.7 miles that I drove this vehicle, I got 20.4 miles to the gallon.
Wow.
And I was very happy with that aspect of it. Of course, a lot of it's highway miles, but it was nice because it has a really nice power band on it. So if you want to merge out on the highway, change lanes, it's got plenty of juice for that. If you're in town and you want to be silly, you got plenty of time for that. The only thing is, like ride and drive, I liked driving. It was easy drive, but it had a harshness to it at some point. Like the seams in a highway, sometimes it hits those and it's like it's a very harsh little bump. It's not nerve-wracking, but it's out of ordinary for that vehicle. And I'm not sure why. It just happens sometimes, like tires are overinflated or something.
Could be.
So the base model price for a QX60 is $50,525. It's up $2,500 from last year. But the base trim price for this vehicle is $60,600. Now, as tested, you're looking at $64,785.
That's not bad.
But if you go in and look at some of the competitors that are in it, looking at the base models again, the Acura MDX starts at $49,500. The Audi Q7 starts at $59,200. Volvo XC90 starts at $56,000. And so it's kind of in that range comparably as far as a luxury 3-row type SUV goes. But I really believe, and I can't take credit for this. I saw somebody else use this term, but it's like those mid-size SUVs are becoming more like station wagons as far as design and shape and functionality.
Yeah.
And if you step back and look at this vehicle, I would have to agree to it.
I
Very
like
good.
wagons.
Thank you, sir.
So
Nice
at
vehicle.
some point, they're going to take that third row and face it backwards, so you
That
can
would be
watch,
cool.
watch what's coming
Probably
at
have
you.
more room.
That'd be cool.
All right. I want to remind everybody that next Saturday, be sure and look for us at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG at a special time, 10 to 1. Be sure and stop by and say hello. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Look for the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. 30-minute podcasts at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets out there. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Some things just belong together. Chips and queso. beer and barbecue, and the auto show and boat show. January 25th to 29th at NRG Center. One ticket, 2 great shows. Climb Jeep Mountain, board your dream boat, get the kids hooked on fishing at the trout pond, and join Evolve on an EV test drive, including the Ford Lightning. See all the latest models at the Houston Automotive Show, January 25th to 29th. Beat the line and buy online at automotiveshow.com.
Your friends and hosts of the quarterly Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy want to thank you for your participation in last year's events and look forward to more in 2023. You'll hear about them all right here and online soon. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex near I-10 and Highway 6, or at the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. In Beaumont or College Station, you'll want to stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are car people through and through. Both are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. You'll see them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In the spring at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99, the Grand Parkway, and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details soon right here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.